Alright guys, just driving to the airport. We're off today. It is Monday. We are flying to Dubai. I'm here with Devon Larratt and Jody Larratt. And we're just going to quickly talk about King of the Table 9 and some predictions we've got. So first match, Nisa versus Sarah. I think Nisa is going to crush Sarah. I think under the great guide of Engen Terzi, I think Nisa's just too powerful. Way too powerful. What do you think, Dad?
I think we're going to see things mostly the same way. Maybe I'll play a little bit of devil's advocate. But I'd say, yeah, for sure, I'd say Nisa is the favorite in my mind. Sarah is a strong woman, okay? Like when you talk about fundamentals of not arm wrestling, Sarah's got her beat. But when it comes to arm wrestling, Nisa is dialed in.
Now the next match we got is Leonidas Arcona versus Larry Wheels. Now I think Leonidas is probably going to get him. I'm a bit worried that Larry just hasn't quite trained enough. He's probably training in secret, but we haven't really seen anything from him. He had that big bodybuilding show, which is going to take some strength from you. And I just think Leonidas has been really, really good recently. And I just see him being able to pull through. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously both these guys are like arm wrestlers too, but they're many things also. But I'll tell you, in the latest photos, so Larry just done a bodybuilding show. So as we know in bodybuilding, you look fantastic, but you know it can deplete you a little bit. Whereas Leonidas just looks like just ridiculous right now. The latest pictures I've seen of Leonidas, the guy looks so freaking strong. He basically looks like a bodybuilder, but he's not depleted. So if you go on looks, I don't know. I mean, I think it's gonna go strap. The match is gonna stop. Leonidas starts to have the advantage. Larry's got to whack him quick, but I think I'd say split score. I'd say split score with Leonidas coming through.
Yeah, I think it'll still be a good match anyway.
Oh, very good match. Very, very good match. And I think that Larry will have the control initially, and I think that the match will turn.
Yeah. Leonidas might just have a bit too much endurance for him and more efficient in a lot of positions, I think.
Well, I think it's going to go strap.
Yeah.
And I think when the match stops, I think that's when Leonidas is going to start to turn things around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think probably. Okay, so the next match, who we got? Lars and Valera?
Yeah. Smoke show.
Yeah.
Smoke show from Lars Rohrbacken, like destruction. Like I think Lars might hurt this guy. That's what I think.
I tend to agree. I think Lars is just too much for him. I mean, we've seen him with Dennis, and he looks pretty good, but I think Lars is just gonna rip through him, like done.
Yeah, like you gotta remember how long Lars has been arm wrestling. Yeah, he's not super active, but as soon as you like fall in love with arm wrestling, it's always kind of growing. Lars is dangerous arm wrestler, and he like seriously Viking. Like there's not a more vascular arm wrestler. There's not a fitter arm wrestler than Lars Rohrbacken. Like he's gonna murder. That 115 kilogram class should start looking at Lars Rohrbacken very seriously, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so the next match we got Kalyanchenko and Arif. Mm-hmm. I think Kalyanchenko is just a bit too small for Arif. Arif is a much bigger guy, and I just see him having a bit too much horsepower to allow anything really. I think he's just gonna be too fast, too strong, and just go right through him. I see it.
Hand, yeah. I think he's got too much hand. I agree with you. But I also think that, like when you talk about student of the sport, fan of the sport, like Kalyanchenko is serious.
Yeah.
Serious. That guy loves arm wrestling, and he trains smart. I watch his training. That is a hardcore, very good arm wrestler. So again, I think he's got the ability to turn it around if it starts to get messy. But yeah, I have Arif as the favorite as well.
Yeah, totally. Well, and then the next one we got Hermes Metali, right?
Okay.
Such an interesting match to me. Yeah. I keep flopping back and forth. One day I think Hermes got him. One day I think Vitali's got him. I really think this is. It's so hard for me to call.
So who wins fast?
Vitaly would win fast, I
Yeah,
think.
I think so
Vitaly,
too.
if it's a quick match, it'll be Vitaly.
I agree.
But if Ermi's able to stop, like kind of how he did with Levon, if he's able to have lost the wrist but still have like a fighting chance in the game, I think he can bleed Vitaly pretty quick. We've seen Vitaly's endurance tested, and people gas him out hard. So I just think if Ermi's able to keep any semblance of wrist or stop that match, I think Ermi's got it. But I just don't know if he can because of how Vitaly pulls.
Interestingly, like Vitaly's got a little bit of a reputation of like a hot and cold puller. Like sometimes it's like you look at this guy and you're like, this is the guy. Like I mean, this guy is. I mean, he might be like the number 1 or 2 or 3, like without questions. And then other times he looks a bit more vulnerable. And I've heard that he's had a shoulder injury. And I've heard he's all healed up. Like I heard when he pulled Dave, he had a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but that would explain some things in my mind. And this will really put to rest the rumors or the truth of Hermes has a problem with long-armed top rollers.
Yeah.
Because there is no longer-armed top roller than Vitaly Larratt.
Yeah.
So if this is really truly Hermes' weakness, then we're gonna see it. But I think Hermes' training's been really good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen as much from Vitaly, but man, the guy is 6'8", like 300 pounds. I don't know how much. I think that's about right. Like he's a gigantic person. Have you met him yet?
I met him. He's big. Pictures don't do him justice. You see him in pictures, he's like, oh, he's a big guy. It's freaky in person. He is massive, like so big.
Yeah, big guy.
I think it's going to be a great match. I honestly think it could go like Vitaly gets the first bunch and then Ermi brings it all the way back around.
Yeah.
I think slight edge to Vitaly if he shows up good.
It's hard for me to imagine. It's hard for me to imagine they both step up onto the table and Ermi's blasting.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to see that. Like I see Vitaly being the guy who's going A-side. It's just how far and how much does he take? Is Hermes able to keep his post going and pull him like bent back with a post? Or is he going to have to commit his shoulder forward? You know, if he can post with a bent back wrist, I think Hermes is in pretty good position there.
Yeah.
I think he's in pretty good spot. If he starts having to bring the shoulder forward, I remember watching matches from Vitaly back in the Worlds when he had like 10-minute matches where he just like looked at the guy for 10 minutes in these kind of positions.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you. This is a 50-50 match for me. I really can't. And I don't like to say 50-50 matches too often, but this truly is a 50-50 match for me.
And then the final match.
Oh, yeah.
Devon Larratt versus Georgi Svatkov.
Wow.
I'm going to say 6-0 Devon Larratt because, as you guys may or may not know, for the past matches that he's done, I've called every single one of them exactly correct. I've called 3-0 Hermes, 3-0 Dennis, and now I'm calling 6-0 Georgi.
And how's it going to look, Auden?
I think round 1, Georgi's getting flashed and continued on from there. No, okay, so I'll be realistic. I think round 1 and round 2 will be very good. I think it'll stop B-side King's move, but Georgi's gonna keep hitting. And I feel like that wrist is gonna buckle back eventually. It's gonna go. I don't think he has quite enough to finish. I don't think he does. He doesn't have that press that we've seen. He's got that killer top roll, but I don't think it's enough. So I see a very close first and second round, and then from there, more center domination. What do you think? What do you think about it?
I like your assessment. Your assessment is the most likely outcome in my mind. This is the most likely outcome. If I get a little bit optimistic, like probably by the time I pull him, I'm going to be thinking I'm going to be able to keep him in the center of the table. He's really good. He's really good. I've made a lot of fun of him, but I'm not going here to pull some chump. You know, this guy is... I've been saying it the whole time, and I think the world of arm wrestling recognizes he's most likely the best top roller. We can just probably leave it at that. Yeah. You know, if you cut out, if you talk about Levon, okay, Levon's probably better, but But yeah, he's probably the best top roller in the super heavyweights that we got. So it'll be tough for me to keep good form. So yeah, most likely B-side. But yeah, he's gonna have to evolve. If he beats me, he's probably gonna have to show something he's never shown before, which is very unlikely.
Yeah, too powerful. Too
Too
powerful
massive
for Georgie.
I'm just too huge.
Yeah, Georgie's not big enough. Not nearly
We're
big
gonna
enough.
have to eat a lot. I'm gonna take you to this Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh,
probably
perfect.
the first day we come in. Is this Sun Club here? The Sun Club?
No, that's Fallowfield.
This Fallowfield?
Fallowfield, yeah.
Okay.
We're good, guys. We didn't miss the exit. All right,
I
well.
thought we were gonna go straight to Prince of Wales. I don't know why you got on the highway.
Well, either way, guys, those are our predictions. And that's about it. See you later.